There's a truth about connection that most people completely miss. Real connection isn't built through looks, perfection, charm, or clever words. It's built through presence. You don't need the perfect line. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need to impress. What you need is intention, awareness, and the courage to be real. If you want to create a deep connection with a female friend or anyone in just 3 minutes, the first shift is simple. Stop trying to impress her. Start trying to understand her. Connection doesn't happen when you talk the most. It happens when you listen the best. When you give your full attention, your eyes, your silence, your empathy, you communicate something rare. I see you. And in a world full of noise and distraction, that feeling is magnetic. The first minute is presence. Put your phone away, make eye contact, let your body language say, "You matter right now." Presence is the foundation of all trust. It's not about staring or forcing intensity. It's about being mentally and emotionally available. When you are fully present, the other person feels it immediately. Their guard lowers, the conversation softens, something real begins to form. The second minute is curiosity. Ask a question that invites emotion, not facts. What's been inspiring you lately? What's been on your mind these days? Simple questions, but they open deep doors. The key is how you listen. Don't interrupt. Don't rush to share your own story. Don't turn the focus back to yourself. Just listen. When someone feels genuinely heard, they feel valued. And feeling valued is the beginning of connection. The third minute is awareness and authenticity. Observe her signals, her tone, her posture, her energy. Stay grounded, stay real. Don't filter yourself to sound perfect. Authenticity connects faster than polish ever will. Vulnerability doesn't weaken you. It humanizes you. When you're comfortable being genuine, you give her permission to do the same. That's when a simple friendship starts to transform into something meaningful. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. Connection is not about time, it's about depth per second. You can spend hours with someone and never reach their heart. Or you can spend 3 intentional minutes and leave a lasting feeling of warmth, trust, and respect. And it all begins with one often forgotten principle: presence. In a world filled with constant notifications, divided attention, and endless distractions, presence has become rare. And because it's rare, it has become powerful. Presence is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. When you give someone your full attention, you're not just listening with your ears. You're listening with your eyes, your body, your silence, and your energy. Presence communicates something words never can. You matter right now. To be present means pausing everything else. The mental noise, the assumptions, the urge to reply quickly. It means choosing to truly see the person in front of you. Presence is not waiting for your turn to speak. It's being curious about what's being said. It's a discipline, and it's also a form of respect. It signals maturity, emotional intelligence, and empathy. It turns an ordinary conversation into a moment of genuine connection. Most people think they want attention. What they're really craving is presence. Attention can be shallow. Presence is deep. Attention is temporary. Presence lingers. When someone feels that you are fully there, not distracted, not judging, their guard lowers. Their nervous system relaxes. Trust begins to form. And in those moments, the relationship shifts. It moves from surface-level interaction to something more human and soulful. Practicing presence requires awareness. Put your phone away, make eye contact, let your mind be still enough to absorb not just words, but tone, emotion, and body language. When you do this, you create a safe space where honesty can exist, where people feel comfortable being real. True connection is never about how much time you spend with someone. It's about how fully you show up in the time you have. 3 minutes of full presence can create more closeness than 3 hours of half-hearted conversation. When you master presence, you unlock the deepest form of connection, one that feels effortless, sincere, and unforgettable. And once presence is established, something else becomes possible: curiosity. Curiosity is the invisible bridge between two hearts. It's what turns conversation into connection and friendship into understanding. When you approach someone with genuine curiosity, you're quietly saying, I want to know who you really are. Not the surface version, not the polished version, the real one. True curiosity isn't interrogation. It's empathy in motion. It's interest without pressure. When you speak to a female friend with curiosity, it shows in how you listen, how you ask, and how you respond. Most people talk to be heard. Very few listen to understand. Trust grows when you stop assuming and start exploring. Ask questions that invite reflection, not performance. Questions that reach beyond facts and into feeling. What makes you feel most alive lately? What's something you've been thinking about that haven't said out loud? Simple words, deep impact. These questions tell her that you care about her inner world, not just her appearance or opinions. They say, your thoughts matter here. Curiosity also requires patience. Don't rush to the next topic. Don't fill every silence. Don't redirect the conversation back to yourself. Hold space. Let her finish. Let pauses exist. Silence, when paired with genuine interest, feels safe. And safety is where authenticity begins. When someone feels understood, they feel valued. And that feeling, being truly seen and heard, is what creates lasting connection. Curiosity transforms ordinary conversations into meaningful exchanges. It dissolves walls, builds emotional closeness, and reminds both people of their shared humanity. So if you want to connect deeply in minutes, replace the need to impress with the desire to learn. Ask, listen, reflect, care. The more curious you are about someone's heart, the more they'll want to let you in. Because curiosity isn't just interest, it's love in motion. And when curiosity is present, authenticity naturally follows. Authenticity is the heartbeat of real connection. It's the courage to show up as you are, unfiltered, imperfect, and honest. So many people waste energy trying to impress, rehearsing the right words, hiding flaws behind confidence. But what truly draws people in is not perfection, it's sincerity. When you stop performing and start being real, you give the other person permission to do the same. Authenticity creates openness, and openness is where trust begins. Being authentic doesn't mean oversharing or trying to prove how genuine you are. It means being honest in how you think, how you feel, and how you respond. If something moves you, acknowledge it. If you don't know something, admit it. If you feel unsure, don't hide behind a mask. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's strength with self-control. It takes far more courage to say, "This is me," than to pretend you have everything figured out. In friendship, authenticity creates emotional safety. When a female friend senses that your kindness, curiosity, and words come from a real place, she relaxes. People can feel when your energy is honest. And when they do, they open up because they no longer feel the need to perform either. Authenticity also means consistency. Your words and actions align. You don't say what sounds right, you live what feels true. Over time, that consistency builds credibility. And credibility is what makes people trust you, respect you, and feel drawn to your presence. In a world obsessed with image, being real is quietly powerful. When you embrace your humanity, your flaws, your awkwardness, your sincerity, you remind others that connection isn't about being impressive. It's about being human together. That's what makes moments meaningful. Authenticity doesn't just attract people, it heals them. Because deep down, everyone wants the same thing, to be accepted for who they truly are, not for the mask they wear. And when authenticity, curiosity, and presence come together, something rare happens. Depth. Depth is not measured by time, it's measured by truth. You can talk to someone for years and never truly know them. Or you can share 3 minutes of honest connection and feel closer than ever. Meaningful connection doesn't come from how long you speak, it comes from how deeply you're willing to go. Depth appears when conversations move beyond surface topics and into what truly matters: feelings, values, dreams, and fears. It's when both people lower their guard and meet as equals, not performers. In that space, trust forms naturally. The heart opens, not because it's pushed, but because it feels safe. And that's when you realize how powerful a few intentional minutes can be. We live in a world obsessed with quantity, more messages, more followers, more interactions, but the soul doesn't respond to more. It responds to real. A few words spoken with care can do more than 1,000 spoken without intention. When you give someone your full presence, listen with genuine curiosity and respond with authenticity. You create something rare, a human moment. This kind of depth doesn't require effort. It requires attention. It's about being emotionally awake, noticing the small things. The tone in her voice, the pause between her words, the way her eyes light up when she talks about what matters to her. That's where connection lives. In just 3 minutes, when your mind and heart are fully engaged, you can leave an imprint that lasts. Because depth doesn't demand time, it demands truth. And truth, when shared openly, turns ordinary moments into meaningful ones. In the end, connection isn't about strategy. It's about sincerity. It's about showing up with presence, leading with curiosity, speaking with authenticity, and valuing depth over duration. When your focus shifts from being interesting to being interested, something powerful happens. You unlock a kind of bond that time alone can never create. Real relationships are built in moments, not milestones. They grow from the courage to be real, from the willingness to understand, from the desire to make another person feel seen and valued. It only takes a few intentional minutes to remind someone that they matter. And those moments can change both of you. So don't underestimate the power of a genuine exchange in a distracted world. Your presence can be the calm in someone's chaos. Your curiosity can open the door to understanding, and your authenticity can invite trust. Depth is never about how long you've known someone. It's about how real you're willing to be. And sometimes that kind of connection can begin in just 3 minutes flat.